Hello everybody and welcome back to another Total Waffle episode where we come to blows with Captain Nimruben and his, well, remnants of the Ardenaic forces. What you just heard was me popping a pop filter in, so now the quality of my audio production should be enhanced just a little bit. And oh, am I happy that it is so. Look at the gloriously open Gondorian fields that we have to plough down today. They have some cavalry, they have their little narrow royal knights, but we shall tease them into oblivion with our riders. And of course they have infantry, but hey, that's what the air lancers are for. Then we have our Rohan bodyguards, and then we have skirmishers and cavalry of the Ered and the Riddermark, respectively. And these shall basically distinguish themselves by being cavalry killers in close quarters, and then armor-piercing troops in other regards, when and as it is needed. So let's see. They are running for it, gunning for it, and so we shall run and gun for them too. And armor-piercing lads over there with you. Red Lancers, prepare to come up like this on a flanking maneuver. And of course, our bodyguard over there. Okay, they've gone stationary on the cavalry. Well, let's just pop some arrows at them. See what they do. Are you gonna take the bait? Are you gonna take the bait? Oh, yes you are. Oh, yes you are. But your cavalry is slower than mine. At least, bloody well should be. Yes. Yes, indeed it is. We got there, Marines. Not a threat at all. Yeah, okay. They're shooting at us, though. Yeah. Oh, they are so heavily armored. They really are. Oh, we got a couple there. That's nice. Then they have the Marines. They send the Marines. And where do they have any archers? Do they have any archers, really? Not really, no. No, they don't. They just have the Marines for range. Poor guys. That is not exactly ideal, is it? Okay, well, we can shoot the Marines. We absolutely can. You can shoot them, and you can shoot them. Very good. And here come the knights once again for another little swan song of theirs. Let's get the skirmishers involved. Oh no! Okay, what's happening here? They are positioning themselves against the general, I'm going to think. Yeah. Let's just run you guys away, that's fine. Cavalry, go that way. And riders of the fold. Let's get you in where it matters. Where it counts. Najitarik, Halberdiers, and the Durzigar. Okay. Actually, now that I think of it, why don't we take the Royal Guard and use them against the Athracian Marines? Let's see. Are they are skilled against mounts, so they got that going for them. Yes, come, sweet knights, come. Run away from your protective shield walls. No, you won't? Okay. I guess I'll just have to shoot you until you die then. Halberdiers at the back. Halberdiers over there. Not your Tarek. Not do the guard. Okay. Nice. Let's draw them this way. No, actually no. Let's draw them this way. So the riders of the road can assist if needed. And then we prepare for a flanking maneuver from the Ered Lancers upon the Enedwaith. Hello. Coming to play. And then going away. Okay. The knights are on the move. And of course they are the ones we want to deal with most pressingly. Ah, here they come. That's interesting. Haha, they want to countercharge our charging cavalry because that's what they like to do best. But they will face, of course, the best knights in the kingdom. And in addition, the Riddermark cavalry right there where we want them. Oh, that's glorious. That should see them stutter and falter. Okay. Riders of the fold, you can just do your thing. Evade. Okay. And you guys, well, pull out again, please. You've done a good job bringing down some of those, but actually, oh goodness, you paid for it though.
Good tidings. The enemy general.
Oh, that's nice. Okay, good. You can now leave. Wonderful. Okay. Eamon, where are you? You're there. Halberdiers coming there. Well, hey, we can say hello. We'll basically do a bit of a routing maneuver. That's what we're going to be doing here. And ooh, ploughing in right into the side of them. They're not going to be pleased about that. How nice, how nice. Come on. We need to rout those buggers before the footmen get here. How are we doing? With these, are you just still evading enemy assailants? Well, kind of. Najatanic, Marines. Okay. Airmen, you go for those. And the Royal Guard, go for the Najatanic. Okay, good. And the footmen have arrived. The halberdiers are routed though. So that's nice. Ooh, right into the Najatanic. Okay. Yeah, they lose quite a lot the troops. Ooh, they were even wavering. Okay, I mean this is an opportunity. Riddermark cavalry, push them a bit. Yes. They shake in their Roman-inspired boots. That's what they do. Okay. Time to rout the footmen. When it comes to routing infantry that does not want to be routed, it is merely a numbers game. Isolate them. And then we simply cut off the serpent's head. That's interesting. Okay, you guys go for the footmen. Guys go for the footmen. You go over there, and then you can go for the footman, and you go over there, and then you can go for the footman. We shall see what happens. Okay, that's good. You four over here. You can just continue, meet up with the others. And that should be a routing blow right there. And it is. Very nice. Okay, good. Well, they're fighting to the death, which means that they won't offer much resistance, but the Aztec Marines do offer resistance. How annoying. Riders of the Fold, you can kind of sit this one out from here, I think. Unless, of course, there are routing troops that need to be run down. We have Marines, Footmen, Halberdiers, Marines. Okay. Skirmishers. Run down the fleeing troops. Now it's all about routing those Marines. Dum dum dum. Halberdiers. You're getting close to them, but still fine. Okay, how are we doing over here? Yes, the Marines are routed. Okay, nice. More Marines for the routing. Ow, 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 ow. Ooh, yeah, they did take out a few with that throw. That's the annoying thing. They can punch pretty hard, those Marines, but we will get them. Rid of our cavalry, how are you doing?
For the moment, the enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half their men.
Halberdiers over there. Enedwaith the guard, of course. Running from across the field. Not going to get there in time to help their mates, that's for sure. Okay, next up, Halberdiers. And that should be them. Good.
If we continue like this,
Good
we'll
riddance.
smash the enemy.
Indeed. They bunch up, but that's okay. We can still deal with them. You guys can go for those, and you guys can go for those. You go for those, and you go for those. And let's see how well our horde of charging cavalry does.
If we continue like
Yeah,
this, the enemy army
that's good enough, isn't it?
The enemy are utterly vanquished. This is a great victory.
223
for the
Arid
mightiest
Lancers.
of generals.
Very good. Special marks also for those who captured the most troops. I mean, basically the Lancers all around did the most heavy lifting. This cannot be denied. And that is one less thorn in our side. Now Irman can kind of turn his attention elsewhere. And of course, up north we shall start the process of dealing with Enedwaith.
We have triumphed.
Yes, my lord.
Linear. Yeah, who shall get that one? You know what? Yeah, we should probably give that to Dolamruth, really.
Your orders.
And of course our diplomat is going there as we speak.
If only I could.
Is that the
Stopping
closest, or is
here.
that close?
Tomorrow's journey planned out.
Yeah,
I
it's
shall
that fort,
continue
isn't it?
tomorrow.
Although they might
Stopping
leave to
here.
take Methrast. But, I mean, they still have the fort, and we're not going to take that from them, so we can still talk to them. In the meantime, though, why don't we give them something they can use? Maybe an armory. That's a pretty good building to... Oh, no, but that, I believe, is destroyed if it changes hands, isn't it? So let's give them a Lord's Hall. That's always good to have. Always good to have. Courtesy of the Kingdom of Rohan. Now here. Here. Minas Tirith is beginning to become a production facility, a veritable armor factory. Gonna be soon to surrender. That's nice. Where are we on our northern invasion forces? Of course, we have our infantry archer army coming along very nicely. 4 and 4. That's basically enough. Then we leave some peasant militia and go straight for elk food or something. Something that we can hold down and hold effectively with only archers. So it's going to be a settlement, you know? Then when it comes to the Morthond Vale, I would love to be able to take that and give it back to Gondor. You know, Calambel. So sending some reinforcements over to Airmen would definitely be nice. So let's do that.
We'll make camp here. We can go no further today.
And then we're just gonna send Airmen over here to deal Enedwaith a bit of a blow. Take off some of the heat directly from Ethring. That's going to be good. And then we're going to hit Enedwaith in the back in the meantime. Of course, Aldor is also heading this way. And the thing is, I mean, Enedwaith are strong because they've taken basically all of Gondor here. But north of here, they don't hold very much because we beat down the Dunlendings that held Tharbad, right? So they don't have all this stuff. They don't exist up here to the same extent that they might otherwise do. So they don't have a massive hard land to pull from. So if we disrupt them just a little bit, they could crumble pretty quickly. That's my thinking anyway. And of course, the Isle of Tolvalas sits there. It'll probably be taken by Harad of all. But, yeah. It is what it is. And goodness, look at all this.
That's right, fool. It's an enemy ship.
Dol Amroth really didn't have much left, did they? Are they at war with Enedwaith? I'm curious. They are not. Not formally, anyway. Okay. Well, let's end another turn and see if Lord Ecthelion does not move down to Mitraith. I mean, that's what I would do if I were them. They have a golden opportunity here. They should not squander it. And then we'll see if Balcom Magan will survive against the defenders of Gondor. Yeah. An uneventful turn, apparently. The chieftain of Harad is dead. This is promising. This is very promising. The Wrath of Khand. Ooh, does this mean that Khand only has one region left? I think that's usually what it means. Alright, alright, alright. Ace and Run. Go stables, Riddermark Cavalry. This is very good. You can just continue doing what you do. And that market is going to be doing good as well. It's going to be nice. Enedwaith gets the Baron Stables. Very much welcome. Let's move you over there. Let's move you over there. And you can go over there. Very nice. And we might feel a bit of pain here. Let's get a Lord's Hall. And then eventually a military armory might be good as well. But yeah, for now we're just going to keep it simple. But yes. Gambling, Conqueror of Isengard, is going to go to Alkford and he's going to bring the pain. It's going to take him a couple of turns to get there. Yeah, actually, I would like to go by not the road network, because that is what Enedwaith themselves will be using. And I don't want to get blocked and suddenly be called to war with them before absolutely necessary. So even if it takes one more turn, I would prefer to go through the wilderness. Byrick, very good. You're building, you're building, you're building. Mason's Guild House. This is all good. We'll need to deal with the corruption though, but still. Metraith. Roads. Beautiful. Ooh, we can cut corruption by over 150. That's pretty good. But we could actually... yeah, what can we do? Let's just increase trading, actually. Yeah. It's going to be decent. And the population here is also growing nicely. Karthast. Chicken farming. Means you can get sheep farming. We like that. Yes, you go to Minas Tirith for your training. You go to Calenhad for your training.
Yes, we can go no further today. Your will, my lord.
You can go to Minas Morgul, which is somehow still untouched. If we can get some Minas Ithil Guardians in there, then that would be awesome. But I am not sure we can. But hey, we can at least get some more troops down there. That is never a bad thing. Especially not when they are fully upgraded and ready for battle. Those metal door wards will hold very nicely. You guys need armor. Shield Maidens of Rohan, they will come in time.
Hail, friend. Care to trade, my lord? Orders. By your command.
You there? Yeah, where can you train them? Yeah, not too long, not too long.
Your will, my
And you, yes, yes, you go to the Morannon. That is excellent. You will be needed there, no question.
Your orders, my lord.
But hey, why don't we also get some other troops up there?
Your will, my lord.
These three, I think.
Yes. We'll
That'll
wait
be good.
here. Yes, my lord. Your will, my lord. As you wish.
You go to A-bed,
We
that's
can go no
nice.
further today. My lord.
You captain. You can go here to Lynn here. That's nice. Okay. Let's... Ooh. Do we somehow have retraining of aerial lancers here? Because of a horse breeder's guild? I'm not going to complain about that. Or is it barracks of true sons? Yeah, let's just get rid of that. Nobody can use that. Yeah, nice.
Your will, my lord. Orders. Your will, my lord. My lord. Your will, my
But this means there's actually free upkeep and cavalry in here, which is pretty great. Then we can simply leave behind those riders of the fold and move in with Captain Angus over there. Reduce the tax rate, and boom! We have a stable town.
Your orders, my lord.
And airmen can head west.
With honor.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
My lord.
Although these guys, they will need retraining. They can be retrained in Calenhead, can't they? No, they can't. They need to go to Aldburg. Where they will be retrainable
Yes, my lord.
upon getting there. So that is
As you
lovely.
We can
We're going to send them there.
further today.
And then back.
To exhaustion.
And then these riders of the fold will
By your command.
be there.
Yes.
Glow Beam. Glow Beam. What a fantastic name. But yeah, you will be wonderful. Just get ye to the stable tower where you can't be retrained. What is it with you?
Your orders, my lord.
What is it with unretrainable bodyguards?
Yes, my lord.
Well, I guess at least
My lord.
he can take over the management of
Yes,
Ashton
my lord.
Run. That's the thing he can do, isn't it?
Yes.
Your orders, my
You. What do you need?
My lord.
You don't really have any archer cavalry
How may I serve?
whatsoever.
Your
So
will,
that's
my
what you're gonna get.
Orders.
Boom,
As you
boom.
wish.
And then
Join
yeah,
me with
you
honor. We shall
you're not gonna-
continue tomorrow.
invite disaster by walking into
Making
Goond like
camp
that.
here.
But what we are gonna do is taunt them from over here and say, "Hello, you want me?" And I know you do. Come on, Enedwaith, I dare you to make the first move.
Yes, my lord. Your will, my lord. My lord.
Right, they don't like us, but hey, that's
Your orders.
not really much of a secret, is it?
Yes.
Yes, my lord.
You go to the very stable tower and you get retraining. For all of your troops. Beautiful. Beautiful indeed. So, let's end the turn once again. Drink some tea and have some fun. Green tea, since you ask. It is a pure green tea. It's a pretty good one. It's also pretty expensive, but it's pretty good. Okay, so who attacks here? Alright. Yeah, I think I'm gonna just retreat from this one. Oh!
We should retreat.
Yeah, excellent. Just like I wanted it. Hello, Harad. You just couldn't be dissuaded, could you? Alright. Tiny detour for Airman. He needs to go deal with the Haradrim army. Ooh, the Vale stand. The Vale? Is the Vale in plural there? Since... okay.
My lord. We'll make camp here. We can go no further today.
Yes,
Okay, King Eorhord goes into Khazad-dûm and and he's a poorer administrator than Beema, so but we shall have to bear that cross for a while, for a couple turns until we can get the army up to speed. Still gonna be okay. Advanced blacksmith next turn. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Who knows? Maybe our dear king can actually get some decent traits while there. Some administrative bonuses, if you will. Can't retrain the Royal Guard yet, but it will come. It will come, my friends, don't you worry.
Your will, my lord. My lord.
You here. Where do you go? Let's get you into fort actually, and then the riders in Minas Tirith can then later go. Okay, and we'll need a catapult maker here because then we can get those downed ballistae from Minas Tirith. Sakara. Yeah, you just continue down the tech tree, build an armory. Yeah, that's absolutely worth it. And Goblin Town gets a merchant's quarter, which is very good. And we do need some extra people here. A herbalist first, communal farming, chicken farming. That solves our problems. Tarnus gets an armory. Let's get some farming going. Ballister? Yes, please. Calandros. Do we want a stables here? Yes, we do, eventually. Oh, let's just have it now. It's more important than growth, I think. And then Minas Morgul gets a stables. And the militia armory? Yes. I mean, and it does even make fiscal sense. Yeah, then we're going to do it for definitely. And then a knight stables after that. Let's get whatever troops in here we can. You know, it all helps. It all works. It all does a thing. Ooh, let's get catapults in there if we can. That would actually be pretty wild. Medicel doorwards. Let's get the swordsman and spearmen up there to Caandros. Then we can send a little more cavalry and riders of the fold to aid Airmen.
Yes, my lord.
But first, Airmen has to contend with these buggers on a bridge. Aside of that, or we attack from inside the city, which is absolutely an option, and one that I would rather go for, to be honest.
I respect you in battle.
So what do they have? Serpent Guard, and of course the Black Snake Guard. They're good. We'll need to watch out for the cavalry potential. But that's mostly it. Yeah. The cavalry is the most dangerous part. And if we can take some pot shots at or some small charges at their archers, then that'll be good too. We will not allow our army to be controlled by the AI, please. Hanad will need to defeat us man to man, or man to computer, I guess.
Yes, my lord. Preparing the men to attack.
Many battles has Airman fought.
The tide of battle seems to have turned against us. We must act and halt this turn of events.
Dum da dum dum dum. Right, so here we have the river and the crossing.
For the moment, the fortune of battle goes our way. Let's pray it remains as such.
Wow, the AI does not have faith in Harad. Well, I guess I can understand why. We have a pretty damn strong bit of cavalry in this army. So, everybody run, everybody run. And air lancers, yeah, you can join the fun. Everybody run. Then walk, regain a little bit of stamina. We are now in positions. U44, you can join. You can actually, yeah. Let's have you join Airman himself. It's gonna be good. So, what do they have over here? You know, this calls for Riders of the Bold going over here on the flank, assisted by skirmishers and the Riddermark cavalry. Yeah, we can use the arrows against the lancers. It's fine, and we can skirmish the Black Snake Guard for a little bit until they engage, upon which we can spring the trap and charge in the Riddermark cavalry, and then they'll be gone. Yeah, that seems like a fine idea, doesn't it? Let's see if it works out that way. But they have distance enough to their infantry where I think it's absolutely the best way to go. So, shoot them, shoot them, shoot them. Camel riders. Oh look, they're not reacting very much at all. Well, they are sending out their Black Snake Guards though. Okay, that's interesting. Hashari, Black Snake Guard. Ooh, that's interesting. Riddermark cavalry, come here, and you charge in, and Lancers, prepare to flank. Yes, throw your javelins if you can. I would love that. Serpent Guard, sure. Fine target, fine target. Yes, let's fell a few of those. You deal with the Raiders at the Fold, and yes, you have lost quite a few. Almost half your number. That's nice. How are we doing over here? Black Snake Guard down to 15. Oh, the Rhythmark Cavalry, you really are wonderful. We've lost a few of the Royal Guard, but that's okay. That's okay.
If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
Oh, what's happening here? They are fighting against... Ooh. Every... Oh, goodness gracious. The Serpent Guard charged into them, of course. Okay. That's a little bit of a mistake on my part. Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. But we did kind of manage to get the general, maybe? Maybe? No. He got away. Oh, dear. Southern Lancers. Yeah. Just keep shooting at them. It's gonna be good. Nice. Then their general falls. Very good. Now. Ah, yes. They have attacked over here as well. And they come with some Hashari blades. Okay. Let's go for the Black Snake Guard. And then countercharge into the Hashari blades. And you guys, though, you need to go over here and say hello to the Black Snake Guard. Are you going, Spearman, feint. Or, that's just Danish for fine. In case you were wondering. Camel Riders, yeah, fine. Southern Lancers are basically skirting around irrelevancy at this point. Rhythmark Cavalry, go up here, you have some archers to deal with. It's always a little bit of a challenge to deal with Harad because they are quite mobile and they have a lot of cavalry, which means you'll have to be in a lot of places at the same time. And this is of course exacerbated by the fact that I'm only commanding cavalry, which makes the battles even more fast-paced. Hopefully, it'll also make them more entertaining. Over there. What do we have here? We have stability. And another general down. What do we have here? Yes, that's just a guardsman. Okay. You guys, how are you doing? Have you said hello to the Southern Archers? Well, maybe you should go for the Aradrim Archers, actually. Oh, Camel Riders, because of course! That's just what we needed. Follow them, skirmishers. Take them out, please. Okay. Southern Archers, give them a go. Pikemen? Hashari Blades. Let's see if we can encircle them somehow. That's very good, skirmishers. Very good indeed. Oh, you've also hit some remote cavalry, perhaps, but... No, it's because they've been countercharged as well. Oh. Okay. Well, keep doing your thing. It's good. Right. What do we have here? You are fighting the final general. Come on, take him down. What? He keeps felling Lancer after Lancer. Well, I suppose they are lancers and not axe fighters by trade, so yeah. Warband. No, thank you. That's not how I prefer to deal with them. Come on. Okay, Riddermark, Axeman. Come on, get involved. Deal a death blow to that dude. Okay. Southern Warband. Let's smash them with a charge. And over here, there's some archers. You have successfully dealt with these Southern archers. That's very nice.
Our men have slain the enemy general. Without him, his troops will lose their will to fight.
Very good, very good. Sharp blades. We need to avoid those. We will charge them, though. We'll just not allow them to charge us. Pikemen. Hanad. Yeah, now it's about taking down the pikes, basically. Run them to the ground.
The enemy army
There we
flees
go.
the field. Pursue and run them down.
Ah, not an elegant battle, but
This is a clear
yeah, we won. But goodness gracious, that's a death toll that we're not used to seeing around here. We healed some Riddermark cavalry, this is nice, but let's see how much is left of the army. We can hold in some reinforcements though. The biggest silver lining here is that we've taken out 3 of their generals. They'll probably get them back pretty quickly, or at least some generals back pretty quickly. That's the annoying thing about dealing with Harad. They have those mounted generals and they're just everywhere. But yeah, they won't be everywhere forever. And it does take a bit of the wind out of their sails when 3 generals just don't come back from their expeditions.
Your orders, my lord.
Okay.
My lord. As you wish. Merging
We need to
armies.
do some rejiggering here.
Orders. Your will, my lord.
You can go over there.
Leaving the army.
Keep the peace for now. At least for until we can trade it in. Which, oh, well, of course we can do that now. Enedwaith.
Tired of
I mean,
ordering your own
it is likely that they will even fail to take that place, but goodness gracious.
Yes, my lord. Yes.
I want Dol Amroth to have it, so if Enedwaith takes Mithras, then I shall absolutely be at them with all that I can. Oh no, I shall not. I shall give a region to you, not ask to be given one. I shall give Lenhir. And I shall do so in exchange for, well, not money apparently. I don't know. Let's go with 180 for 10 turns.
wonderful deal with pleasure.
Very nice.
Honor and a pleasure. Farewell.
They get some Royal Swan Guard. That's not bad, is it?
Your orders, my lord.
Yeah, I hope it
Yes, my lord.
can be a point of stability for them.
Your orders, my lord.
All right then.
Your will, my lord.
You need to go for a training,
Yes, my lord.
Orders. Orders, my lord.
and like that. You need to go for a training too.
As you wish. Orders. Yes. Merging
You can
armies.
basically head over to Calenad.
Your command. We can go, my lord.
You need to go all the way to Aldburg.
As you wish. We'll make orders.
Captain Yuffie. Yuffie.
Go no further today.
Your orders, my lord.
Yeah, let's just move into the fort until if he gets here.
Will, my lord.
He will next turn. That's gonna be good. Don Amroth likes us. Yay. And then they might also be additionally motivated to connect their kingdoms through Mitrast. That's my hope anyway. And then they might get to blows with Captain Karok over there, but hey. A war between them and Enedwaith would not be the worst thing in the world. So,
Yes, my lord.
Yes.
Your orders, my lord. Yes, my lord.
Grima. You will need to assemble an army. The Royal Guard needs a chainmail. That's good. Let's give him that. Rohirrim Archers. Yeah, what do they have? Just normally. Yeah, next to 3 armor. Okay.
My lord. How may I serve?
Oh yes, you are fully retrained. You are fully retrained. You are fully retrained. That's very good. You go over there and into the fort. For now. You and you and you. No, not you actually. But yeah, you two need to go to Foldburg
As you wish.
for retraining. You need to go to the very stable tower for, well, you guessed it, retraining. And then we will have 3 cavalry units from here next turn. It's going to be good. You need to go to the very stable tower, but you can't, so let's just send you all to the fort over there.
Orders.
These lovely siege machines shall be going to Kandros.
We'll make camp here.
And so will these, but they will not begin this turn though. Let's send all the cavalry we have in the region over to Khazad-dûm, because some retraining here is going to begin soon.
Your orders.
Let's exchange the spots for
Yes, my lord.
Bema and Ilcher. Freyleth. You're a fine commander and governor as well, and it seems that you will be upgradable, which I am loving. So a nice little army will arise over there. It's going to be good. Yep. And the Minas Morgul is still intact, not attacked, not under siege, nothing. And Morannon is also under siege. This is just all wonderful, just how we want it.
Orders.
You can go to Aerthane.
Your
Very nice. You can go there then as well.
Your command. March to
And then you, yes.
Yes. Joining forces,
Very good, very good, very good. We now have good forces all around the place over here.
Yes, my lord. My lord. Your will, my lord.
Oh yes, we have these. What do we want to do with them though?
Ally. Your will, my lord.
Will we send them to Minas Morgul? They're almost not really worth sending to Minas Morgul, but they could be worth sending over to the Black Gate very soon.
My lord.
6 turns though, so we can wait another couple turns and just cash in on their being in a fort.
Tired of ordering your own forces
And then
out, eh?
we have Deor
With honor,
heading
we shall
south.
continue
We have
to march
Gambling
Orders, my lord.
heading through
Yes.
the wilderness toward
Making camp here.
Alkfurt.
To battle.
And I mean, this is just a ridiculous army, isn't it?
Yes.
Aldor?
With honor.
Your orders, my lord.
If we place put ourselves just right in front of Karas, will they attack us? It is moderately likely, I'm gonna say.
Yes, my lord.
And if they do,
Yes.
cool.
Do I remind you of one of your own tactics, lord?
Yeah, I think that's about it for this turn. Let's give it another whirl. So now the entirety of southern Gondor. Oh no, Enedwaith managed to take...
My lord, we're besieged.
Okay, okay. This was an annoying end turn then. Gondor is making little progress and even regressing somewhat. Enedwaith continues the Cold War. They extend their reach to Ethring. They paid a heavy price. They lost half their army in the attempt, but they did take the bloody place. So, this is annoying. Well, we shall hold to the plan of going over here, but we will go for Ethring though.
With honor.
And then we shall have to give that back to Gondor. I mean, what are you doing there, Dinadier the Conqueror? Do you deign call yourself that?
Orders.
That is sad.
As you wish. Your
Okay.
will, my lord.
Yeah. You can go to the fort for now.
Command.
We just need to put a stop to Enedwaith and their machinations ASAP. As soon as possible. Because if we don't, suddenly they are a problem. An innovation has been called upon Erebor. Okay, I mean, the Snow Orcs are going to take that in 2 turns, so... And Mordor comes from his Morgul.
I'm gonna stick you.
Shiva's the Desert Sand, because of course. We do have some respectable troops here, but... Yeah, okay. Let's see if we can get this captain up in their grills at least. It'll be annoying for them, but more than effective against them, but still. We're probably going to lose Minas Morgul, but... We'll retake it pretty quickly. Maybe Greenman needs to head east, after all. Our war chest is pretty good. Let's get the rest converted here. Reduce corruption by a little bit. Increase crop rotation. Barrack stables, army barracks, all the good stuff. and send these militia down to the fort. Yay.
Camp here.
And we can now populate Brunost with our own troops. This will save a bit of money in the long run. Forberg, Fairground, that's fine. Yeah. Krasno and lead. Yeah, we're just gonna try to increase all the trade we can, I guess. Goodness gracious, there is not a lot of people here. I think we should build a smoking house and continue in that line, because then that will be likely to increase happiness, which can also increase other lovely things like, well, population growth. I wonder whether the elves will side with us or Enedwaith in the war that is to come. That will kind of be a bit of a deciding factor, because they are pretty powerful at the moment. It shall be interesting. It shall certainly be interesting. Not many forts around here, but we can send some folks over here to this fort just to annoy them.
We can go no further today. Your will, my lord. My lord. The day is
Ha.
ours. We have
Okay.
conquered.
So the Royal Guard are ready to roll. These guys are ready to be retrained. Windfaller. Okay, so first thing we'll send those that just need weapon upgrades to Fulberg.
As you wish.
Bum bum bum. You guys can go into the fort. These can go into the fort. These can go into the fort. Dum 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 dum.
Yes, my lord.
Well, that's an army of 9. If we can just get one more decent troop into that thing, then we'll be pretty damned close to good to go.
Yes. We'll make camp here. By your command. March to exalt.
You know, no, we can do it with this, actually. So let's just send them on the road. They need to go to Mordor. That's what they'll do. They have some archers, they have some skirmishers, they have some charging cavalry. They have all they need, really, to do a fine job against most armies. There'll be a lighter skirmishing force under Garima. And you know what? They can bring some ballistite too. They can bring some siege, I guess. Well, I will see how we end up using the siege.
We can go no further today. Orders. As you wish. Your will, my lord.
You go to Minister Earth, Minister Earth, Minister Earth.
My lord. My lord. By your command.
You can actually reach Minister Earth. And then we retrain at Minister Earth. Okay. You need to go to Calenhad for retraining. Yes, we can retrain air lancers here. That's good. It's very nice.
Orders. Your will, my lord. I'm gonna stick you.
Air lancers. Head to Minister Earth, where you can be retrained for both weapons and armor, I believe. Right? Because we have the Poulterers Guild and we have the Advanced Blacksmith. Yes. Lovely, lovely.
Your orders.
You need to head over to Gondor because you are about to be busy there. And Enedwaith is indeed setting sights on Enedwaith, it seems.
Approaching quietly. Approaching.
I mean, look at that. Yes, come, Lord Ecthelion. I mean, please, by all means, walk a bit faster if you can. Maybe gather up into one army or something. But you got the right idea. Got the right idea. Right.
Yes, my lord.
Dior.
With honor.
Well, you can actually join those and go over there. Nice. Fine. Wonderful. Nice, fine, wonderful, good.
Your will, my lord.
Your orders.
Prince Airfleet. Going to the very stable tower? Yes, you are. You need to get back in the action. Now,
Your
gambling.
orders, my lord.
Time for you to say hello to Enedwaith. Yes, I will attack a neutral faction. You bet I will. We shall take rams and we shall take ladders because we will not want to use or incur upon walls that are heavily defended anyway. Because, you know, we are. Oh no, Alliance and Tatters. Which one? Which one? Which one? We're no longer allied with the elves. Ooh, this is going to be interesting. The elves have sided with Enedwaith over essentially everyone. And the Northern Dunedain. But we're still allied to the Dunedain. Are they not allied to Enedwaith? Ooh, so there's the potential for yet another schism. That's going to be interesting to see. Play out. Okay.
Yes, my lord.
Be gone.
And so, with this attack on Elfwood, we shall also
Your orders, my lord.
besiege Kalas,
Shall engage. We shall prevail. Yes.
where Chieftain Halleck sits with his moot keepers. Yeah, that's pretty moot though, because we shall smash them into the ground. And we have some cavalry ready to aid. Maybe they should actually just go straight for this lovely town of Gund.
Beginning the siege. Siege force.
They have some war wagons that can be pretty annoying, but I think our Riddermark cavalry can deal with them, and then we can charge down their infantry. All good, all good, all good. Well, let's just go into complete maniac war mode and produce all that can be produced. Edras cannot retrain those, cannot train much, and well, yeah, this is all fine. You need to go to Isengard for training.
Make camp here.
And so, another turn. You know, I am going to send some troops to help defend these archers and these catapults. They are going to be useful in that capacity. So that's where they'll go. You know, outside the city walls, they can do actually quite a bit. Maybe they can even charge down Shivas. That'll be neat. Let's see what happens.
Joining forces, my lord. Merging armies, my lord.
Enedwaith rises up outright and attacks us at the gates. Hello, Chieftain Halleck. You get a... Oh, hello. Swordnir. with your river elders, those are the most worrisome troops. And then we have the mini hero warriors and some war chanters, neither of which are particularly spicy, but oh my goodness, these can actually be terrifying because they have spears and they throw them and they're skilled against mouts and oh no. But I think we'll still be able to beat them. They are, I mean, Enedwaith has light troops by comparison against almost anything, so yeah, most important is that we take down the chieftain. Because if he falls, the army falls.
We attack! The enemy have brought up more
Okay.
men.
We have a bunch of River cavalry. Okay, first thing, we're gonna smash that auxiliary army. If they attack us, if we attack them right here with the city, then, or the town, well, that just means that their towers will probably shoot at us and they will have better entrenched positions to retreat to, which is something we cannot accept. And also city walls and cavalry just don't get along very well. We will face them in the open field any day. So let's get over here into the corner, where our secondary opposition arrives. Riders of the Fold, I bid you spare your ammunition, you will need it later. Actually, you should probably just hang around over here. As should the skirmishers. I don't think the skirmishers will be needed for what is about to happen over here, because it's basically going to be an entire area charging straight into the enemy and crushing their souls. And when I say souls, I do not mean those of their shoes. How are we doing over here? They're still trying to get their thousands of men out the gate. Okay. But over here, we begin the process of encircling our prey. The war chanters will be the first to fall. Hello, Mr. Faceless Helmet Man. You shall be a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful charger. I just know it. Brothers, warriors. Yeah. We're going over here because the general is here, isn't he? Yeah, that's the fellow. We need to do something against the river elders. We're gonna smash them up well and good. And then, yes, you charged well into those warriors, and goodness gracious, you took out 50 of them. It's very good. Then, the River cavalry comes, and ow.
Good tidings. The enemy general lies dead.
And then you come back, and they shall once again say ow. And here you charge into the River Elders, and they are holding on pretty well, but they're still shaken because they just lost the general, and they have hundreds of angry Rohirrim charging into them. And they have the war chanters nearby them, of course, which is a point in their favour. There we go. That breaks those, and with our cavalry you can now go and say hello to these, but they are also breaking, so there is no need.
Behold how our cowardly
Nice.
foe runs. It's time to press the attack.
Foresters of Haleth coming along for some fun. And they will be able to shoot at quite staggering distances, so let's not play around with that. Bodyguards, you can come over here. Okay. Now this is where something interesting begins. I should basically try to exploit every single weakness they present. That's not the general. Or maybe it is. No. Not that. Not that. Not that. Oh, this might be him. We'll see, but it can be pretty hard to tell them apart for sure. Raiders, Ah, spearmen. Yeah, we can shoot a bit at them. That's fine. River Elders, Foresters of Haleth, shooting away at the shield men of Barad. Yeah, they do have quite a range. But so do we. Enedwaith clansmen, goodbye. They have allowed themselves to be isolated, and they shall pay the price for their hubris. Moot Keepers. Is that you? Is that him? I don't know. No, I don't think so. I don't think that's the general role. Although, let's zoom in on the map. Oh, it is him. I just can't see. Wait, is that? Is he completely incognito? Maybe he is. Okay, so I don't know exactly who to aim for, but I do know what to shoot at least. So that's nice. Rohan bodyguards, well, prepare to do something cool. Prepare to kill a general. Another one. How are you doing? Ooh, the clansmen are holding out on the morale because they have their chieftain close by. Let's aim you at the war chanters, and you aim at the moot keepers, and then I will be happy. Graveflood Axeman. Well, maybe we can make a little rendezvous over there. Graveflood Axeman, moot keepers. Okay, hello. I shall allow your existence. For now. Took out some moot keepers, but not as many as I'd like. So, meh. But you'll get another chance, don't you worry. Not ideal, fellas. Not ideal. I guess there was a lapse on my part, so I'm not going to feel terrible about it, but maybe. Maybe I'll feel bad. So there we go. Graveflood Axeman. Yeah, let's avoid those. And here. What's going on here? Well, we need to do something to catch those moot keepers because their general needs to die. Grey Flood Axemen, why not charge into them as well? That's gonna be nice. Very good. Charge. And you go there, charge, and you charge, and that should be good. And how are you doing? Not impressively well, but... Ah, yes, we killed the general. That's good. That'll mean good things. Ha! Yeah, now the morale of the entire army is basically void. Moot keepers, spearmen. I'm interested in taking down the moot keepers. Let's evade them though, for now. Here, well, let's not get caught up in that maelstrom of missile fire. Let's instead wait for an opportune moment to strike, as we always do. Grey Flood Axeman. Hello, Foresters of Haleth. How do you like meeting Riddermark Cavalry? More Foresters of Haleth. More cavalry. They flee. Ooh, that might do something. Okay. You attack those. The knock-on effects in the morale should mean that both units could rout. So let's see if it happens. Oof. Yes, but there are actually 3 units, so we'll need to do something about the third one. But they're also shaken, so maybe we can just route them like that. I don't know. Let's see. Skirmishers, run.
From such tidings does victory emerge.
66% of the enemy is gone. That's pretty good. Forces of Haleth gone. Mood keepers over there. So what do we have here? I have a lot of Angren raiders. A lot of spear throwers, essentially. Javelineers. Now they have bunched up quite nicely. This means taking them out could actually be challenging, in the mild sense. Let's give them a little bit of a charge. Let's give those a little bit of a charge. Those a little bit of a charge. Those a little bit of a charge. Let's run with you guys. You can flank them. Nice. Come in from there. Go for the River Elders. Let's see if we can get some kind of mass route going. That would be amazing. Oh, Jesus. Yes! This is what I want. I mean, look at it. Look at it. The Moot Keepers are still holding out. They've got good morale. But, yeah. Ha! Everybody runs. Let's see if we can just catch them all. That would be nice. What do we have over here? Ah, they made it inside. But this dude has not. Of course, these foresters won't make it into a survival scenario for this army. Which is all we really need. We just need this entire army to be wiped off the face of the map. Ah, what's that? The Hallett's foresters are coming back. Well, tough titty. Now you're routed again. We're just gonna run them down. Very good. Then we have a river elder over there. And that's it.
Our foe is utterly vanquished.
Yeah,
All who
I'd say
remember
so.
this day, remember it as the day
That's
of
good.
our glorious victory.
That's very good. It's very good. We lost some shield maidens. But they are not the most valuable troops. So, we'll be fine with that. And with this glorious victory, this first in a string of victories over Enedwaith, I believe this episode to be worth wrapping up. Ah.
Our forces are
Goodbye.
honorable, glorious victory.
Ah.
Our courage and honor have
They rise up at Gund, because of course they do. But we shall defend and defeat them. Because of course we will. They have some war wagons. It's going to be interesting to see us fight those, but their defense is lacking. So, we'll see what happens next time around, but for now, Captain Turtle Waffle considerably out.